Ronan, if your child or your daughter came up to you and asked you not for money, but asked you for the best piece of leadership advice you can give, what would that be?
I think it's be clear on your purpose, how you can make that most impact, and then communicate, communicate, communicate.
Yeah. Okay. Through social media as well, and wherever it is and however it happens. Okay, very good. Ronan, I've got some insider information that you are very, very good at going up to the sort of vision strategy level and looking at the very convoluted, complicated, industry that you're in to work out the strategy for the organization, but you also can come down to the execution level at the runway and actually listen in on calls or do whatever you need to make sure things are happening as you would want them to do. As a CEO, how do you strike that balance between being up there and then being down here on the runway?
Well, I think to the answer to the previous question, if you want to be really clear on the impact you can make, I have a hypothesis that most questions, once you work out what they actually are relatively easy to solve. I think a lot of businesses spend a lot of time trying to work out what it is, the question that they are trying to solve. So what I try to do is stand back from the detail, go back to the 30,000 feet, and just see, are we really, really clear? What's the problem, what it is we're trying to solve? And then it's usually a lot clearer for me as to what's the role then I need to play. And to that point previously of communicating, then when you've got the fact pack right, then we're crystal clear in the way you communicate that out in the business.
Yeah. So in terms of communication, as you mentioned, it's communication, communication, communication. Presumably you'd insist that we all go off on a public speaking course. That would be a good thing for us to all do. What?
Not at all. It's the 30 seconds at the water cooler that can be as impactful as anything else. I think on the communicate, and I may misattribute, but I think it was probably Paul Polman was saying that for every layer in your organization, if you want to drive a cultural transformation, each layer will take a year and you just have to keep going and going. But I think, communication, yes, we use Yammer internally and we have very effective internal communications channel, but one-to-one conversations, that goes back to chief cheerleader and chief storyteller. Inspiring people through 30 seconds at the water cooler is probably the most powerful thing that any business leader can do.
Absolutely.